Hi.
Hello. Apologies for the delay. I
We
have
are
been. Do you know
now
what?
live.
I know. Do you know what? I've been travelling all around London. I've been literally to the far ends of West London. But I'm back. I'm home. Hello. Thanks so much for joining us. We are live on LinkedIn. We should just, if anyone's kind of in the comments, if they just want to sort of put a message in the comments, then we can see you and we can see them and know that we're live. Or I just look at
Um,
my phone.
I was just looking at my phone. Oh, it's saying it's live now. Yeah.
Yeah, we're there. Awesome. So, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Iowa Bass. I'm a marketing consultant and I work mainly with architects and engineers. And do you guys want to introduce yourselves? Go, Ange.
Oh, should I?
Yeah,
Should I go? I am Angela Lyons, and I'm a brand and marketing graphic designer. And I don't know what else
that's
do we
it.
say.
That's fine.
That's it.
You
Sorry, it's
and
late.
you are
It is
It's
right.
tired.
like so. I'm gonna freshen up. I'm gonna drink some
Go on,
water.
Vanessa.
Carry
You
on.
introduce yourself.
Hey, hello. Can you hear me? My name is Vanessa. I am an executive coach, an organizational consultant, and also a painter, an artist.
Fantastic.
Lovely.
And yeah, thank you for joining us. We ran an event last month, which seems like a long time ago, but it really wasn't, called
Mm.
Creators Like Us. And what we wanted
Uh-huh.
to do was share, I guess, some of the lessons that we learnt going along the way of setting up our own community and also our own event. And also to speak to Vanessa as well, because she was our keynote speaker and also led one of the mastermind tables as well, just to find her experiences. And then at the end, so we'll take you through a wash up report that we did. And then we'll also basically we'll talk about what we've got coming up next. Da, da, da. So we have plans, which is great. So we were kind of really excited to share it with people. So that's why we wanted to do this live. So yeah, so apologies for starting late, but here we go. Should we kick off?
Yes. Shall we kick off? You've got the
We
slides.
do.
So people joining us, we're just, as Aya said, we're going to go through a slide presentation of how we started and how we are, what we're doing next.
Here we go.
So this is us, creators like us.
Oh yeah, that's, I was just trying to work out how to do it. That's why. It's me like, oh my God, not sure. So anyway, so like we said, this is our lessons learned from running our first community event. So here goes. So who we are, we've already introduced ourselves. And
And we had an idea. Well, actually, Io did because she saw an advertisement on Instagram and it was advertising a space in Shoreditch called ustwo. And Io contacted me and said, should we put on an event for Black business owners? And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. Let's do it. And that's how we
we
started.
sure did. And I mean, that was one of the loveliest things was that there wasn't really much of a plan, was there? It was just kind of, they have a space that they wanted to give to diverse businesses. And we said, let's put something together, really. So, oh, there you go. So basically, we'd seen a post for it for a space, and it was a space for diverse groups in London, and it was most importantly for free, as we know, space in
Can you
London
believe
cost
that? In London, London free.
because London is so expensive,
Unreal, isn't it?
especially post COVID. So we were very much like, actually, it looks like a great opportunity. So yeah, we literally in 24 hours we put together a pitch about what we wanted to do and the idea, and we sent it off to Paolo at Us Too.
And he looked at our pitch. We met him, and he basically said, "Yeah, great." I said, "Let's do it." And then that was it. Us was Creatives Like Us was born.
So, in terms of what Creative Like Us is, it's a knowledge sharing workshop, which was basically designed to inspire Black creatives who own their own businesses or also freelancers, as well as side hustlers. So, it's just having a community to kind of, I guess, bounce ideas off really and knowledge share and be part of something. That's what we wanted.
And can I just quickly say hello to anyone watching? I just think I can see Yolanda watching. So hi, Yolanda. Yolanda came to the evening, so thank you for joining us,
It's
Yolanda.
live, she said. You can look in the comments.
Ah,
Awesome.
perfect. So we wanted the event to be inclusive, that it appealed to a wide breadth of creatives. So people, when they say creatives, they think of themselves as artists or designers, but we wanted to bring everyone together as a creative.
So for me, it's things like architects and engineers as well, because I always think they're also creative disciplines, not just
also writers, marketers like yourself. So we also wanted to be low cost and accessible. You know what? I've got repeat in my ear.
And accessible, but also delivered. We wanted to deliver a really high quality experience. Oh, she's saying there's a bit of echo.
Shall I turn my? I'm going to turn my mic off, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Go for it. Okay, and we wanted something to be inspiring, but also practical, and very much we wanted people to kind of lead with actions and have some kind of accountability as well. So that was a kind of key kind of facets that we wanted to have. Oh, this is always in the wrong place. Hold on. And basically, after our pitch, ustwo, which is the design agency in Shoreditch, they said yes, which was fantastic. So,
and we took the planning. It was, again, as I said, there was a strategy a little bit, but then as I said about the workshops, we wanted them to be for people to come away from being accountable around their business, and then so we started planning. I'm going to stop talking. I can hear myself.
So it's very much we would meet weekly, and Angela and I, and basically just run through what needs to happen, what social media posts we were going to do, and also once we started to look for speakers and things like that, so start to have those calls. So there's lots of Zooms, lots of kind of meeting once a week, and then action stuff, I guess, as part of our day jobs as well. So that's what we were doing. And in terms of the program, the program was really kind of interesting. I mean, we were very ambitious for the program, weren't we? And actually, this is probably in the wrong place, but we were very ambitious when it came to the program. And for us, it was about how can we get a diverse range of speakers, and also packing enough time for people to network, and also for people to kind of be able to kind of learn from others. So in terms of speakers, we have Vanessa, obviously, who's on the line as well, who actually reached out to us. We weren't expecting you to do that, Vanessa, and it was fantastic. And then we also wanted different people with different skills. We had like Nkem, who was a legal storyteller. We had Lisa, who had a really kind of diverse background, but she brought something completely different. We had Jess, who's amazing at content and social media and video. And we had Pedro as well, who's a poet. So we kind of had a really nice mix of speakers for us. And that was what we wanted, was to give, I guess, people a breadth, isn't it? When you run a business, you have so many different hats that you have to wear. So for us, that was the kind of key for us, is how do we have a good, diverse range of speakers and panelists in the room who can really support people in different ways. And I guess in terms of speakers, the thing that we learned was there were quite a few people we had chats with. We had to be honest because, because it was a low cost event, we weren't able to pay people. So we had to be honest about what we could offer them, and in terms of a win-win for both sides, and be quite upfront about that. And we had to make time for briefing calls, writing clear briefs to people so they knew what to expect, making sure that everyone was feeling really comfortable. We also had to deal with, I guess, the unexpected in terms of no's and dropouts. And I guess just react to that. And I think for speakers, the main learning for us was it takes a lot longer to get the right people in place than you ever envisage. But once you do it, it's fantastic. So that was our kind of main lessons learned from our speakers. And this is one for you, Angela, isn't it? In terms of a sponsor, we knew that we wanted to offer a high quality experience. So for example, we wanted to have giveaways for people.
Shall I try and talk now? I don't know if people can. Is it?
No, it sounds okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sure? Okay. As I said, we wanted to give away goodie bags, and I was just at a closing ceremony at a mentorship program that I've been on for the last 9 months, and I think it is still echoing.
Oh no, there's still a little.
There is a bit.
All right,
So I mean, Angela was at a mentorship thing for Santander, and she was on a panel, and she actually met Sarah Melbourne from Citizen Developer HQ, and she then Sarah basically said that she'd love to be involved and love to sponsor us, which was fantastic. So that meant that we could do more for our participants and delegates, which is what we were really pleased about, was, that money went towards how can we make, I guess, the experience even better for them. And that's kind of what we wanted to do with the money. In terms of the branding and communications, obviously I'm a marketeer and Ange is a designer. So actually that's a very good combination. One of us, yeah. So what we wanted to do was have a strong brand identity from throughout and use it consistently, and also a tone of voice which I guess was friendly, professional, sounds like us. And we kind of ran our communications a bit like a marketing, as a marketing campaign. So we had a launch, and then we were drip feeding stories every week to keep up momentum. And then the final kind of 2 weeks before, then we really were posting more or less like every day and really going for it. So for us, it was very much about how do we keep up momentum, how do we post regularly, and also sometimes we did posts that were specifically asks for what we needed. I think when we started looking around, it was like, if you're looking for sports support, if you want people to share, if you want people to gift, it was around Christmas time, so we were saying, why not give a gift to somebody of a free place or a free ticket at the event? So we kind of were doing posts were asks of what we needed from our community and the wider people we knew, which was really useful. And we had so many people, on who were happy to help. So I think for us, one of the key learnings was don't be afraid to ask for what you need, and that we found that worked really, really well for us as well. Angela, have you seen the comment from Yolanda?
Yeah, I'm just I don't think I've got anything. I'm just checking my phone.
Okay, and in
Okay.
terms of the kind of branding, this is the types of the things that we had. So we had our website, which we just built, which was a spin-off from my MailerLite account. And that worked really well. We could adapt it ourselves. We could make changes. We could update it as we needed. We had regular emails, so we had like, which are also on brand, which had pictures of us on them, and we give people updates on what they needed to know. And then we use that quite a lot in terms of reaching out to our delegates as well, about when we needed to share information with them and all of that kind of stuff. We had, Angela just launched her podcast with the same name, Creators Like Us, and we were quite lucky in that we could, just before the run up to the event, she had an interview with me, and we could talk about that as well. We also did a lot of in-person networking. One of the things, I guess, is as a new event, we knew that we had to, I guess, build confidence in people before they bought tickets, even if they were low cost tickets. So for us, it was very much about going to different community events that were out there, like Join Our Table. And we went to various community events and dinners with Black creatives and basically Black business owners. And we just talk about the event there. We went to Jess's networking event as well. So it's very much about how can we talk more about this event so that more people would kind of hear about it and then, I guess, have confidence to buy tickets and support us. We also used Eventbrite for our booking platform, which was good. And we actually had a few people that came in via their kind of analytics and their SEO there. And then social media, which we kind of used both Angela's and my platforms. And we did a lot of collaborative posts as well with other people. I kind of did some stats, which is around even, I mean, these are just the Instagram ones. There's also going to be LinkedIn as well, which I haven't got. But like we did like 14 feed posts between us, me and Angela. We had over 10,000 views for the feed posts related to the event. And that was because we were doing a lot of our posts as collaborative posts and then also sharing them on our stories as reels and really getting momentum behind them. And lots of people were resharing them, which was fantastic. So the reach we got was huge. And to be honest, some of the top performing posts I've had all year in the past year were definitely the ones related to this event. And by far our biggest post was actually our sponsorship announcement with Citizen Developer HQ, which got 50 likes and comments and 19 shares. So it's huge. So it's really, really nice. It really helps us to spread the word. And it's great to have so much great, I guess, collaboration and support for the event, which is great. So what's our lessons learned? Do it with a friend. That works.
Do it with friends. I hope I'm not echoing, Sam.
She's like, I'm still on.
I can hear it.
Yeah, I don't know. Have you got headphones on?
No, I turned them off. I've turned
Oh, okay. Do it with a friend.
Sorry.
It's all right. Don't worry. When we post, we got sales. And I think that direct correlation was a huge thing for us because we could literally go, okay, we will have 2 or 3 Eventbrite bookings when we did a post. So I think that thing is, don't be afraid to share, I think is the key thing. Eventbrite and booking platforms, they are a bit tricky to set up at first. Plus also it's your first event. It's worth noting that you'll get your payout post-event. I don't even think it's straight away. It was a good couple of weeks after. So if you're about to set up something new, just be aware of that, I think is the key thing. Like we said, making a collaborative posts on Instagram is really useful. It's a new feature, but it also just means you get traction on both platforms. And yeah, and people like to leave it to the last minute to buy tickets. So really ramping things up in the last few weeks, not giving up, keeping up momentum, really going for it is really important. And like we said before, don't be afraid to share your story and reach out for support from your wider community. The amount of people who were so happy to help us was so nice. We had, we had quite a lot of community support. So, for example, Freelancer Magazine, who obviously Angela does designs for, they gave us a page ad. Creative Boom ran banner ads for us for a good 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. They ran them, so we had traffic from that. We, you are the media, UC Media, take over there. So I got to write a piece for their newsletter. You are the media. Do you know what it is? Because I know a videographer called UC Media, and I get confused all the time between the two. So sorry about that. You are the media, YATN. And then also we had quite a few people who we know who gave gifted places, which we gave out to students and people that we knew, so we could get them to come along as well. So community is everywhere, and it's quite amazing to see, really. And yeah, sorry, Lan.
No, I was just saying that was really important, actually, having the communities, different communities, and also and from doing it for the kids who actually showed us that post.
Yes, the Us Two post, the original one for the space. And yeah, in terms of all of our efforts, we sold out a week before the event, which we were really chuffed by. And actually, we then set up a wait list because we had lots of people going, "Oh, I was going to buy," and it's like, well, sorry, we're done. So we do have a wait list for next time, which we'll be talking about shortly. And yeah, this was the event. This is everyone who kind of attended all together at the end. It was a fantastic evening, and everyone really enjoyed it, and it was really lovely. And the atmosphere was just off the scale. It was lovely. There's more tickets, more pictures of panels, of some of the kind of breakout groups eating lovely food, and that bottom one at the bottom. And on the bottom right is Vanessa's lovely artworks, which were displayed in the bar area, which were gorgeous. So yeah, it was just a really, really positive evening. Anything you want to say on that, Vanessa?
No, it was a very positive evening. It was an amazing evening, actually. The energy, the insights, I think the friendship, the community that was created was really, really beautiful. So for me, it was a fantastic pleasure.
Awesome. Oh, look. So you've got various videos. That's your voice, Vanessa. I didn't realise that was playing. I can hear you. So yeah, this is us, and that's Paolo there in that image on the second from the right, who obviously looks after the space. There's me doing some weird catwalk strut at the bottom. And in terms of feedback, we sent out a feedback form the day after, and we had some really lovely feedback, inspiring environment. When are you doing another one? Which we're going to go on to. A great selection of panelists who are motivating and inspiring and love the stories they shared. They all felt very relatable, which is great to hear because we wanted it to be very practical and relatable, and I guess to really help people going forward. So overall, our kind of lessons learned. Stuff always goes wrong on the night. We had a slight issue with the QR code thing, but hey, we got through it.
That was minor, a small one.
It was minor. No, it was seriously minor. It was. And we could just send it out the next day. You can always fix stuff, don't worry. Take time to take in everything. I think it's easy just to keep going, right, what's next? What do you have to do? But on the night, it's actually quite nice to kind of walk around and just look at what's going on and how people are, I guess, enjoying it. And it's actually really happening. Be flexible with your program. We found actually that it's quite hard to kind of move people from, I guess, different zones or different areas and get people back together. And you didn't like breaking up conversation. So if anything, we probably just need to give things more time and less transitions.
I think saying that actually, one of the things that a lot of the things, especially on the feedback the delegates liked, was the actual collaborations and the hives.
Yeah.
And they actually had time to talk about their businesses, and maybe we'll think about that for next time, because I think that was really important.
But it's quite an interesting one, isn't it? Because in some ways, it's like it would have been nice if we had more of the information on people's businesses beforehand. Because then you're able to kind of contribute more. So we're going to kind of have chats around how we can kind of make that work more. Um, the final bit, we signed off our email event founders, which is us, isn't it? It's great. We're like that going. And yeah, always have a thought about what happens next, because we were a bit kind of. It was Vanessa who actually put us on the spot, actually, wasn't it? When she said, "So what are you going to do next after this event?" And we were like, yeah, have that thought in mind, because that was one of the biggest questions: was when are you doing the next one? So that's kind of where we are. So talking about that,
the big reveal. The big reveal.
So we're going I've got a wooden desk. I have a wooden desk. So we are actually going to do our next one on Thursday, the 19th of June, which is what? Is that 3 or 4 months? I don't even know. I don't know. So anyway, so it's not that far. 3 months.
It's actually 3 months
today. Oh my God. Do you know what?
It's the 19th.
I have no idea what date it is. So yeah, if you're already on our mailing list, or what, if you've already had our emails, you've attended, then you don't need to re-register because you're already in the system. But if there's anyone else who's watching, or anyone else you think might be interested, they can literally sign up to our wait list, which is you can access via this lovely QR code, which Angela has made.
It does work. Let me check. Do you know what? I kind of believe I did this, but I should have learned a lesson. Double check it.
Check the lineup. But yeah, so what we've done is we've updated our landing page and got some lovely images in there and talked more about what we're going to be doing. And yeah, so if you join the wait list, and then I think we'll probably launch tickets next month. So yeah, and then we'll start again, and we'll start to think about the lineup and what we're going to put together.
But one of the most, I think, amazing things out of this is the collaboration. And Vanessa has kindly said that she would join us.
Yes. So let me.
In me and the next going forward. And going forward. And she's our team member now.
We're back. You have a big echo, Angela. I don't know what's going on with your mic.
Yeah.
So do you now, actually. I can hear you now echoing massively.
Can you?
I'm going to go mute.
No worries. So, Vanessa, you're joining us.
I am joining you. Can you hear me well, or am I echoing?
I can hear you fine. I think the echo is sadly Angela. I'm so sorry because we couldn't even test the sound beforehand. So Vanessa, what was it like? Okay, firstly, I've got a question for you. So why did you reach out to us? Because you actually reached out to us to be our keynote speaker. Yes. What made you do that?
No, I didn't. So I reached out not to be the keynote speaker. I wanted to help and support.
Okay.
Let me just get this clear. And because, people are going to be like, of course, Vanessa Belleau, reach out to be the keynote speaker. No, I didn't. I said,
yes, sorry.
I basically... Well, I didn't know Ange, but I've known about you, Ayo. We've been in communities together. We've never spoken before. But, energy, good energy. So I was like, okay, cool. And then I thought, this is a very interesting event, just simply. I wanted to have, I want to build more of a creative community. Is there echo?
Yeah.
I think it must be something on iOS controls, because we're both.
Yeah, it might be. Is that any better? External microphone.
Yeah, it's very much better. No?
Okay, that's probably my controls. I think it's me, and then that's why. That's better, right?
I think it's better, no?
Just slightly.
Yeah, that sounds better to me.
We're not sounding like we're out in space.
I think it might be me, because normally it's the one who doesn't have the issue is the one that is the issue, is what I've learned. So it probably is me.
Look at you. So anyway, hopefully people can still hear me. So basically what I was saying is that I really was really looking for a creative community. I'm an artist painter, but this is my second job almost. So I thought, you know what? This is a fantastic event. So I just wanted to support in some way. I think I can hear myself in space again.
I don't know. Do you know what?
Ayo, can you take off your headphones, maybe?
Try that. Because now I can hear you well, Ange. Is
That's
that better?
better now.
Yeah,
That's
that's
better.
much
Yeah,
better.
that's much better.
I don't know.
No,
Can you hear me?
it's not.
I can hear you, Aya.
We can
okay.
hear you.
Is that better?
No, we're all echoing. We're all echoing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
We tried.
This is so bad.
Okay. So, I mean, do you want to continue, or do we just might as well?
I don't know. Can we continue?
Yeah, I think we do.
Something. Can we continue? That's the question. You cannot hear me now.
I can hear you now.
Yeah.
I can hear you now.
Okay.
So it's the echo. It's the echo.
So weird. Sorry.
Aya, you're the only one. Aya, you're the only one not echoing.
Which normally means that, but it's a bit weird that. Keep going. That's what she said.
Oh,
Let's keep
Yolanda
going.
says keep going. Yolanda says keep going.
Go on, Vanessa.
But you need to put your mic in now, though, Vanessa.
You still there?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Is it?
You just went off then. That's weird.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Let's continue. Let's do this, woman.
So I thought
Yolanda's
I
like,
saw
keep
the-
going. She's on.
I
She's
saw
on motivator.
the cheerleader. I saw the event and I just thought, and then I saw a comment actually on the Eventbrite saying that you were figuring out the speakers list. And I thought, oh, wow, maybe I could put my hat in the ring, not necessarily to be speaker, but I wanted to be maybe a panelist or just support the event because I just really like the ethos of the event, basically. And that's it. So I reached out and I was actually expecting a no, to be like, Vanessa, mind your own self, sit down. No, thank you. We don't need you. And I was very surprised when you were like, oh my gosh, amazing. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I had this chat with Ange. We stayed on the phone. After a lot of technical issues, it seems that this is a running joke at this point between us. But anyway, so we had a very good chat. And then she just asked me there and then, I think you would be a great keynote speaker. And I was like, okay, I was not aiming for that, but I do keynote speaking, so I don't mind. And then, of course, you were very transparent regarding budget, but that was not at the forefront of my mind. I just really wanted to be in the room and feel the energy. And I'm so glad I did.
So are we, Vanessa. So are we.
This is all better now. We don't have any echoes.
Oh, this is so much better. I can talk.
Yeah,
clearly,
no echo. Okay, fine. So it was Aya.
It's Aya. It's Aya's
okay.
fault. Yeah, Vanessa, it was amazing because when you did the your run through of your the keynote for the event, it was just I just knew it touched me so much that I was very emotional, and it was just I just thought this is going to be great, and I know the attendees are going to love it and love you, and it just felt really. I knew it was real beforehand, but it just felt really, really real. It was going to be an awesome event. And Yolanda is saying,
you were brilliant, Vanessa.
You were brilliant, Vanessa.
I was a bit nervous. I'm not going to lie. I was a bit nervous because I was like, oh, I'm going. So I called my keynote, right? Me, a creative? Yes, I am. That's what I called it, didn't I? And of course, I like a little bit of drama and theatrics. But I was really like, I'm going to really own my voice as a multifaceted creative. And I will do it in a room where I see people looking like me. And that really mattered for me. Actually, it really mattered to me because it was almost as though, I'm 42 years of age now. And I was thinking, oh, full circle, I'm coming back. For us to be creatives looking like us, we know it's not easy. And so it was very important for me actually to share my stories in a raw manner, speaking about my parents, my upbringing, and just, my vision, I think, or my values. And yeah, it was beautiful. It was a fantastic experience, something that I will cherish for a long, long time.
I know. We all left her on a high, didn't we? I think that we were still riding on the high for a very long time. I still am, really. So, and that's why I'm really looking forward to the next one, definitely.
This is an awkward silence now, ladies.
Oh, sorry. I'm just like,
I was keeping muted because
say,
like I'm the one doing the echo, right?
Oh,
so
I
you were going to need to ask questions, Angela.
So Io, do you mind can you bring up the slide if people want to connect with us? Because that was at the end of and obviously I'm aware that we have Yolanda on the live, bless her, and people watching elsewhere on YouTube. Obviously we don't know if they are because I can't see that screen, but there's a QR code if you want to bring it up again, if people want to join the wait list and also connect with ourselves. There's a next slide at the end.
And then we didn't actually talk about the hives, like what happened during the session.
So these are, if you want to connect with us, and we'll talk about the hives in 2 seconds. So if anyone wants to connect with us, feel free to do that. And then if you can just flick up the screen for the wait list just quickly again, that'd be great. It's my support.
You like the assistant.
I like the assistant. There we go. So it's Thursday, 19th of June, 2025, and join the wait list, and we will send out an email when the tickets go live, and you can join us on the 19th of June. Right, back to us free Io. I like this control.
That's not you're very directive, Andrew, very directive.
Yeah. But one of the things we did learn from Dominique's here. Hello. One of the Dominique's a massive supporter too to us, so thank you, Dominique, for everything. One of the things that Io and Vanessa and I have discussed since the event was we did a lot in one evening.
Yeah,
we did a lot. We had you, obviously, Vanessa, as our keynote. We had the Hive breakouts, and then we had panelists, and then we had a bit more networking, and then we had Citizen Developer HQ showing us their app, and then it was a little bit more networking, and this was all in the space of what, under 3
and you had
hours?
food. We had food,
hours. And we had food in between, food and drink. So I think one of the things that we will do, like Vanessa was just about to talk about, was the hives, because the hives are really important. And we call them hives because they were breakout groups where we had one person facilitating the group. So there was no more than 5 people in the group, or we hoped there was no more than 5 people. So everybody came to the evening with a question about their business or some topic that they wanted to discuss about their business, and then they discuss it within the group, and we called that the hive. So it's like a little beehive, all the workers working together, and there was a facilitator that actually gave everybody enough time to either give them advice and also to give them enough time and move on to the next person, because obviously we had quite a few people to get through. But there was a lot of good feedback about that. But one of the things was that people said they wanted a bit more time on that. And so that's something that we've definitely got to consider for next time. Do you want to add to that, Hive, Vanessa? Because you actually facilitated a table, didn't you?
I did. Can you hear me? Yes, I did facilitate the table. It was a really good energy. And I think, having always this, I call it the accordion effect, like you're in a big group in plenary and then you go into a smaller group. I think that really is important because first, it forges better relationships with people, amongst people. But also, I think it really creates a more safe environment where on our table, everybody spoke or shared something, which I think was really, really good. And what was also very interesting is that there was there was 2 people who shared something around more of their personal branding, the social media of their business. There's somebody else who actually spoke about procrastination and more attitudes towards creativity. Somebody else shared more around the fact that they could not stop creating, and thinking about work or creativity and life integration. And that was actually really beautiful because you don't know something that I find interesting there is that you don't know what somebody it finds challenging on their journey there and then. But actually what was really good with the hive and the beehive energy is this idea of, I can reconnect to that because, and then there is some mentorship that happens, I can connect to that. And when this happened to me, this is how I coped with it. But at the same time, I also sought for advice at that time and I received XYZ. So then it really highlights and I think fosters even more sharing and that feeling of togetherness. Because let's be honest, when you're creating whatever, in my keynote, I was talking about creativity in the large sense. I think it's sometimes quite a lonely journey. And so being able to be around the table and lean on each other, whether it is technically, functionally, or emotionally, mentally, I think that is really, really important. And I say we because all of the panelists, it was not only me, but there was the panelist and then me, of course, I was a facilitator. I think we did a freaking fabulous job on the night. So voila.
You did. You did an awesome job. And that's why, I think that's why also people, again, you said mention the connection. I think that's also why towards the end, when the question was raised, when people were leaving, they were like, when are you going to do the next one? When are you going to do the next one? Because there was a real need for it. And actually, I had somebody message me and say, I didn't realize I needed it.
That's it.
That was one of the most powerful things for someone to say, that they didn't realize they needed it, but they came away with so many like ideas also about their business, and also the buzziness about, they were just buzzing about what they can do and what they can do.
It was like a new networking style, I think, which I think was, and that was kind of maybe why also it was part of your design, isn't it? Like you wanted people to connect, but also for it to feel like effortless networking. And I think that effortless and productive, I think those are the two words: effortless, productive. I add another one, which is warm also, and sassy, because let's come on, if you're doing creative like us and we are Black people, hey, we're going to come with, the sass. So yeah, you see what I mean? So there was definitely, I say this, there was not only Black people, by the way, in the room, just, for the audience, but I think there was definitely some sass, a lot of spice, and that added to the heart of the event, which was a serious event. I don't want to people to think that we were just doing the candy dance, like electric slide, because we didn't. By the way, this would be something for the next one maybe, but we didn't do that.
Maybe.
It was not like do you see what I mean? It was not that. It was really it was really enabling us to be a better version of ourselves and embracing. For me, that was the piece actually that I remember. It was this idea of let's embrace ourselves much more, despite the systemic barriers, despite the internal barriers that we have. Let's just embrace ourselves. It was like a nice hug. That's basically. I think that's why we still feel warm from it, because it was definitely warm. Like it was very hot and spicy. People, don't let your mind travel. I'm talking about the event, nothing else.
Thanks for that.
Right, disclaimer.
Oh, brilliant. So our next steps, if people join the wait list.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to go over before we leave? Because it is now 35 minutes into it, 37 minutes into it. So is there anything else that people want to add, or anyone in the comments want to ask us anything? I can only see LinkedIn comments, so I can't see anything else. I can't see if there's anyone on YouTube, but so 19th of June is the next
same
event.
location.
And we'll be sending same location, ustwo, the gorgeous space, ustwo, and it's in the diary in Shoreditch in London. And you can't just turn up on the night, you have to have tickets, and we will be, if you join the wait list. Hi, Deborah. Oh, Deborah's here. Hi. If you join the wait list, if you want to flash up the screen again.
Making me work.
Making you work.
And so people can scan it. So if you join the wait list, as soon as tickets are released, and we will put you can have first dibs for the tickets. Again, it is a small but mighty event, so we don't have hundreds of tickets. So grab your ticket when you can, if you know you want to come.
About
you can also
30 tickets, is that right?
So we actually aimed for 40, and we sold, I think, about 35-ish, and then 30 people-ish came. So you always get dropouts, so we have to aim for 40. So we aim for 40, and we got that. So
I think what I feel could be quite important, I don't know, because there was a lot of echo at the beginning. I think for me, and this is also why I like, or I'm collaborating with you, because by the way, I'm close to my bedtime. You don't look that beautiful if you don't sleep. So I'm very close to my bedtime, but I'm okay to be here, because I think it's what I loved is you just had an idea. Do you see what I mean? You thought that maybe there's something that's missing, and let's just go. And I like, sometimes we all, like, again, when on the table somebody was talking about perfectionism and things like this, we procrastinate, we think, oh, something needs to be perfect, and we don't try. And I think this is actually very, very important. It's very encouraging, actually, that the essence of this event is actually more like, oh, here is an opportunity, let's go, because I think for me, when I've been reflecting a little bit about why do I connect to the essence of the event so much, it's because that's the ultimate freedom, if we really think about it. And us as people often, and I say us as people looking like us, especially Black women, actually, we in this life, in this society, sometimes we don't feel maybe as free, or we feel that we can be free and to do whatever, what we want. And this, I think, is a testimony to me that, in my eyes, that it's, you believed in yourself, you believed in your idea, and I don't know in which order, actually. You believed in both of you as well, because that's collaboration, and you went for it. And I think that's very commendable, actually, and you didn't give up. Do you see what I mean? Because my understanding is that even if there was, like, for me as a keynote speaker, when you asked me, Ange, in my head, I was like, even if there's only 10 people, I'm coming. Because even if there was 3 people, I'm coming. In the end, there was like, oh, but I'm coming because it matters. Do you see what I mean? It really matters. Yeah. And it's an encouragement. So this is also why I say this. I think it's an encouragement to us, to all of us, to basically believe in ourselves much more, and actually do, even when we're not ready, do it. GFDI.
Yeah. There's a saying, my friend, just do it. My friend, Sophie, she always says, just start before you're ready. Just start. You don't need to be ready. You don't need to have everything. You don't need to have everything in place. And clearly we didn't. We literally just, we had literally just an idea on a Sunday night, and I said to Io, let's just sort something out, 1-page PDF, let's write something in it. I literally sent it off to Paolo, and the next morning he said, well, come in and see me. And we saw him and was like, yeah, hi, we're doing it. And that was it. And we were like, oh, that was our strategy.
Yeah.
So it's all about just starting something and just doing it, and who knows where it can take you. I mean, we've met you,
right?
What a bonus.
No, you know what, for me personally, it's not that, it's I've met, like, for me personally, I've met, like, first of all, I spoke to Ayo finally, like, when we were, we knew, as I said, we knew each other, we didn't speak necessarily. I met you, Ange, and I think what we're creating as well is it's a beautiful community. I would love, actually, for people who came to the first one to come to the second one. We would, and by the way, I'm adding the strategy to this, because, Ayo and Ange, they are fantastic brand marketers, brand designers, and brand marketers, but strategy is not their thing. So that strategy is my thing. And so this is one of the first day I was like, okay, this is amazing. What are you doing with this? And they're just like, we're just doing the first one. We're just doing the event. I was like, no, this will grow into something else. Trust. And I'm glad that I didn't. I'm glad that it's going that way. But it's very important, actually, for us to create that space, to allow us to have that space. I think that's very key. And I thank you, because that was, and Ayo, I thank you because it was your idea, so it's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Take your flowers.
Take your flowers. There you go.
Yolanda says something. Is the sense of commune. We need that as Black creative. Yes, we do. Very, very powerful resource to tap into, especially when we don't know we need it. I think that's when we don't know we need it. It's true. Yeah. It is true.
Very true. And Dominic says, preach it, Vanessa. And
I know. You know what? I could be a pastor, isn't it? A pastor of creativity.
Pastor of creativity. Oh my gosh, that's your new title. That's your new title.
See what I mean? Like, that's my badge. Yeah. It's beautiful.
You know, I'll make that badge for you.
Thank you, please. Pretty please. But also the collaboration.
Can you spell it pasta?
Pasta.
No, not pasta.
Ayo, you are rude.
Don't blaspheme me. So Deborah says, hope to make the next one. Thank you, Debs. Sounds lovely and excited for you. So thank you. Not going to have all the plans.
She's not speaking because she's I think try Ayo. Maybe it will be okay now.
Yeah, I'm literally just going to say thank you so much for everyone who's kind of given us lovely comments and tuned in as well, and for bearing with us, and for the advice to switch off my mic. But yeah, no, thank you so much. And yeah, I think we're going to close out now, aren't we?
Should
Yeah,
we-
45
I'm
minutes.
going to take a screenshot because I always take screenshots, don't I?
Oh yeah. Yeah, but you
Ready?
hold on. You have to say 1, 2, 3. Come on. So then
All
it's
right,
the best part.
2, 3. Bye.
I didn't get the memo of the hand.
No, that Aya one's not great.
Is that what you're doing?
Aya looks like she's about to kill us
Do
all.
we do the hand? Why the hand though? Why the hand?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just waiting.
But yeah, because it's a static picture, so it doesn't look good. It looks weird. Just smile.
Okay, so look,
Guys, this is too much information for everyone watching.
yeah, okay, bye, bye. Smile now. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you all for tuning in. Sorry for this last part.
I'm not sorry. Listen, we have to look good.